Hi again, it's been a while. Since my last video, I made an ebook, which is a guide to stress-free meal prepping to make each day simpler. And in today's video, I'll show some of these steps. So the night before meal prepping, marinate or soak anything that requires it. I have cashews to make vegan cheese, chickpeas for vegan tuna, and red beans. So all these things need to be soaked the night before. So that's why I just put them on the counter, so in the morning I can get right to it. So the next morning, I gathered everything that needs to be boiled together. So the lentils will be mixed with marinara sauce for the stuffed shells, and of course the shells need to be boiled too. So everything here needs to be boiled to get done at the same time, all at once. So put everything in a pot on all 4 burners, everything that requires boiling. And the bottom right pot is for the jumbo shells. That goes in last because they take the shortest amount of time. But that's an important step. Get everything done at once. Meanwhile, I chopped onions and garlic for the meals that required it, which was red beans and stuffed shells. Another important step is to clean as you go, so there aren't a whole kitchen full of dishes at the end of the prepping. You don't want to have that. So you clean up as you go along, get everything out the sink, do 1 round of dishes. So I got the frozen spinach for the stuffed shells going while the dishes are being washed, because that takes some time for it to let out the water and then for it to start cooking. So I finished washing the dishes and put on the kale while crushing up chickpeas. So I'm mashing the chickpeas, and that's for the chickpea fake tuna, and I did a whole video a while ago on how I make this, which I will link to this video because it's like my version of tuna fish. So then it's time for everything that requires baking to go in the oven all at once. I assembled the stuffed shells, which I've also made a recipe video about some time ago, and I'll link that as well. And I like to bake carrots with just a little oil, garlic, and black pepper because they have a nice texture afterwards. So everything that needs to be baked goes in the oven all at once, these 3 trays. After all the cooking, I let everything cool and put it in food containers. All meals are decided for the week, no extra thinking, no resorting to spending money on outside food. It's all taken care of. And I have just enough for 5 or 6 days. I don't want anything to last a week or more, whether it's vegetables or fish or anything like that. I don't let it last a week or more. So I usually cook on Sundays. So this is the next day. I have a lunch break from work, and I took out the chickpea tuna to make a sandwich. Just a few toppings and lunch is ready in minutes. So get out the bread and I put whatever I want on it, which in this case was just a little mustard, tomato, and spring mix. And I can switch up the toppings throughout the week if I feel like it. Maybe a pickle next time or olives next time. You know, whatever the spirit moves. And boom, ready in minutes. That's lunch. So later on for dinner, I had the red beans, carrots, and kale. I don't use a microwave, so I have a Pyrex dish that I warm up food in an oven or a toaster oven. And I just put that in the Pyrex dish to warm up the food. Red beans, carrots, kale. Easy. Warm it up a few minutes just so it can get a little hot. That's all. Just put that in, done. So same thing the next day. I had chickpea tuna sandwich for lunch and the stuffed shells that I made for dinner. I just put a little more marinara sauce in the dish to warm it up. And it's the same Pyrex dish that I used the day before. So easy, just warm it up. And I don't get tired of leftovers. I know some people do, but meal prepping means committing to whatever meals you make and having them throughout the week. And that's why you make meals that you don't get tired of and that you really enjoy. So again, check out my ebook on Amazon. And I hope to make more meal prep videos in the future to show you how it's done.